Hello and welcome to another Digimon Locals Finals with Darriance on the left with Xros Heart and Ethan with Blue Flare on the right. So this matchup is relatively simple. Xros Heart has to rush down the Blue Flare player without putting two bodies on the board, which should be easy considering they can cross on the board and in hand. And Blue Flare has to play Find Metal Greymon and Swing Metal Greymon many times. So turn 1 we have Gaussmon being put in Raising with a Blazing Mem boost, missing the Kooshiro Tamer, but finding Greymon and Male Birdmon. So relatively easy search. You have time in this matchup, so we'll see how long it goes. So turn 1 we have Starmons being evolved on top of a Pikmon and a Taiki hard play, finding a Cross 3 and a Ballistamon to slot underneath Taiki, and a second Taiki to find two Sparrowmons and two Zenijiro. So easy slide of the Sparrow and easy grab of the Zenijiro. Being able to play that Ballistamon for sure coming up in the next turns. Turn 2, Gaussmon being raised and swinging at security, hitting at the one of X4 and hard playing the Greymon to find more pieces. He does find the Tamer and he does find a Rookie. So he's got his next turns lined up with an easy evolve and probably the Tamer hard play. It looks like he's debating whether to play the Tamer or play Male Birdmon. To play the Tamer, it's a difference of 1 memory and a swing, and it looks like that is what he's doing. He looks like he values the extra swing more than just setting to 3 memory. And we have Darriance raising his Starmon, swinging, dying to a Vmon Jammer, and sliding underneath Taiki. So now we're going through the motions of what he wants to Digi-cross with, and it's looking like he's crossing with X5. So he slots a lot of his pieces on this one big body, but he does get 2 checks hitting a Tamer. So good checks, but if this body ends up getting stunned, it's now just a body that will never swing with all of your sources slotted underneath it. So next turn we have Ethan hatching and Digivolving into Dracomon, and debating whether he's going to cross or evolve into Decker, because Decker is the only thing that would be able to stun this X5 and prevent it from swinging and being killed by some other X in hand, which we do know that the X3 is in hand, so relatively easily we'll be able to die if this body's not stunned. So it looks like he pops the boost, slams another Blazing Mem, because he looks like he's missing pieces. We see the Sec Check Greymon's going down, but we do see he finds the Decker Greymon. And now we're just seeing how he wants to order his deck on the bottom, and whether or not he's going to evolve or hard slam this. Looks like he's just grabbing through his cards, and yes, it is the immediate hard slam Decker. So he's going to evolve, slot Decker Dramon underneath, which allows him to stun the X5. So now the cross player has one big body that can't swing and is just going to sit there for pretty much a lot of the game. So we do have a slot underneath the Tri-Tamer to gain 1, draw 1, a Digivolve of the Starmons to cycle and set up the Rookie for the swing. But it does look like Darriance is playing into Blue Flare's biggest strength, which is a second body. So this Shout DX will reverse stun the Decker. However, I think Blue Flare is a lot better at stunning than Xros Heart is. So going into Ethan's turn here, he's going to draw, push out his Rookie, and then he's probably going to set up a good Metal Greymon turn to stun the board. Metal Greymon will stun the DX, and the X5 will get stunned by a swing. So not much the Xros Heart player can do. He did set up 2 bodies that can't interact probably the rest of this game. Does look like Ethan has the Metal Greymon, so hard play for 3, and he's able to swing with it just to stun. So he stuns the DX on play, and he's probably going to stun the X5 on swing. So he swings in, restands, stuns the X5, so now he's able to swing with his Rookie and Metal Greymon again, but the Metal Greymon does hit an X7 and does die, but not before it got its value of stunning the board. Dracomon swings in and draws a card, hits Darulumon. That's a nice piece to see now that a Darulumon's in the trash. He's only got 2 more left, and he can't get that Darulumon out from underneath the X5. He Ice Walls just in case the Shout player can do some shenanigans, like either multiple X3s or somehow a second X5, but there's not many cards that he has in hand, so he's kind of just swinging, cycling, hoping for an answer so he doesn't die to another Metal Greymon turn. And he's just playing the Zenijiro for a setup, so it doesn't look like he had much interaction to do. So back to Ethan, he's going to hatch, Digivolve into Dracomon, get some cycle in, and if he has Metal Greymon's coming down to probably end the game, so crack the boost, Digicross into the Metal Greymon, so again that Shout DX is now stunned and can't do anything, and then when the Metal Greymon decides to swing, the X5 will also be useless. So swing, restand, and live. Hits a Taiki, but that doesn't really matter. The only thing that will save him is an option card, which he won't have, and that is game number 1. So again, just Xros Heart, the moment they put that second body on the board, if they have not developed enough pieces in hand, they are just going to lose the game. So game 2, Dracomon being evolved and another Blazing Memboost turn 1 being played, missing the Tamer again, but he does find 2 pieces, just checking his hand to see which of the 2 pieces he has. We don't know if he's a Blue Flare player that only plays 4 Greymons, 3 Birds, 3 Deckers, or 4 Greys, 4 Birds, so just figuring out what piece he needs to grab. And then turn 1, we have Starmon and Raising, a Taiki on the field, grabbing a Darulu. So, simple enough turn for the Cross player. Now, and we have another Tamer, but no play of the Ballista. Turn 1 is very good for Cross if they do get the hard play choke to 1, but he didn't have it because that's 2 swings that will probably die, and those sources are sources you would use for sure, being the Starmon and Ballistamon, to only put 1 body on the board. And we again have the turn 2 Male Bergermon from Ethan here, playing the Tamer, valuing the swing. He didn't swing the Dracomon, so he couldn't hit a Tamer. You don't want to give that value to the Cross player for free. They love you just chipping at their security. But back to Darriance, we have a Shoutmon being hard played, grabbing a Tamer and a Cross piece, and deciding what he's going to do now, whether he's going to cross the Shoutmon on the field, and it looks like he does. So he crosses all the way into X4. Best cross in the game. He's going to swing with it, draw a card, drew 2 cards on play. It does die at end of attack because the Darulumon reduces the DP of your opponent's security by 2k. He's able to restand the Taiki so he can cross with it again, but he just chooses to hard play the Akari to grab the Darulumon, to pop a swing, stop some of the aggression, and draw an extra card. Because this whole matchup is whoever finds your pieces first and fast enough, and whether the Cross puts 2 bodies on the board. So again, Male Bergermon swung, hit an Akari, so if he had swung the turn before, that Akari would have just been straight value. Evolves into the Decker. This Decker will stun the Darulumon, so now it kind of forces him to have to use it as a Digicross material. He can't keep it on the board because the second body will just ruin him. He is going to cross it. Missed the Rookie in Raising. Straight into X5. He's missing the Sparrowmon though, but he does have the memory gain from Zenjiro to be able to keep turn and swing with it. And he does hit double Kiriha. The Blue Flare player's security not looking the best considering he already had a Kiriha, but if there's ever a double Metal Greymon turn, he'll be very happy he's got 2 of them on the field. So going into the next turn, after another Tamer play and no Rookie in Raising, we do have the Gaussmon being raised up, Decker being restood, and he's just deliberating what he's going to swing with first. He does swing the Gaussmon to draw the card. It does hit the X7, so good swing order there. He gets to hard play something now. He play the Greymon looking for pieces, and he doesn't need that Christopher anymore, but he will take the Gaussmon and the Deckertramon. So 1 cross piece and another Rookie in case the game goes any longer than this. He's going to pretty much think his plays, how he's going to stun the board. He does Decker on Decker. Decker on Decker violence here, boys. Just to stun the X5, and he's going to be able to swing with it, stun it again, why not? And it does live, so now he's got double Purge on that boy, so that Digimon is not going anywhere. So, and then decides to hard play the Rookie just to threaten lethal next turn. Going to restand the X5, it is stunned, so it can't swing. And he is going to finally find his Rookie, find the Starmons. He's going to hard play a Shout King for 1 memory, because he's going to play it for 3, tap both Zenejiros, and he's going to draw 2 cards, and he's going to grab a cross piece from the trash. So I believe he's going to probably get X4, because X4 will find the most pieces. Still debating, and he does grab the X4. So with the X4 in hand, he can cross and keep turn if he has all the pieces, but it looks like he's going to fall into the folly of 2 bodies on board in an attempt to kill 2 bodies, but this Gaussmon's just going to end up playing an extra swing, the extra swing being Decker. So now Blue Flare is going to draw 3 cards, and they probably are going to double Metal Gray or just single Metal Gray for the game, just because we haven't seen one the entire game. So Hatch, Digivolve, Cycle, and he's going to think out his turn real quick, just to figure out when he's going to swing the Metal Greymon for game. He does pop the boost just to gain 2 memory. He's going to Digicross the Greymon and a Mail from hand into the Metal Greymon, which stuns the Omni Shout and will stun the X5 on swing. Just deciding what order he wants to swing. So Metal Greymon first, guaranteed the stun. It does live, swing again, and he has 2 extra swings per game. And that's it for our Digimon Finals in Huntsville, Alabama. And the deck list will be coming up now. Thanks, guys.